in 2023, the main driver of upward reclassification was a comprehensive revision of national account statistics, which included expanding investment estimates and improving the access to coverage of the informal economy. Look, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, they've given me a lot to say. But the message is this, and believe me, it is an impressive brief, and I'm not going to read it to you, and you would all die of boredom. But the main thing is that Algeria is taking off. Algeria is getting to a place where we can regard it as a real business partner, and I'm sure Olga would be the first to say we've always done that, because you all worked so hard on it. But I think it's now something that the rest of the world is coming to see as something that's really important, and that we as Brits should be looking at, concentrating on, and taking real advantage for us, but also for our relationship with Algeria.
Excellency, the Algerian Ambassador, Mr. Ya'zz.
Well, good evening, everybody. Really, I don't have anything to add, what Carlos said. Just want, to thank Lady Loga for her dedication. Really, she did a very good job, in promoting, our relations in economic and trade areas. She is doing very well. We cannot thank her much, we are just to say that from our part, we are doing our best, to facilitate your mission and putting more efforts, in promoting our trade and cooperation towards the real and fruitful partnership. I just want to add that Algeria is now enjoying, political stability in a troubled, regional situation. The forthcoming session of our strategic dialogue, which will be held in Algiers, will be another opportunity for us to explore more avenues in areas of renewable energy, for example, in startup and artificial intelligence, and as well agri-food. We have big potential in agriculture, and we are open to any proposals in this, mainly in this domain. We have, as you know, 44 million hectares. We are exploiting just around 8 million. 8 billions, between 5 and 8 billions. And there is a huge potential in agriculture and renewable energy, as I said, industry and other, for startups, for example. Of course, we are satisfied for the level of cooperation we reached. For example, as Baroness Simon said, in terms of trade, we are between 2 and 5. It depends on the. For example, this year it's less than 2.
And a big thank you from the bottom of my heart to Baroness Simons. I'll tell you a story. She came out to Algeria in January 2005. She came, she conquered, she wowed, and she left. But a month later, Madame Olga arrives, and so I was opening a trade conference. They thought, well, we may not see so much of a government minister, but we might get her. And I was stolen, my heart was stolen, and it's been with Algeria ever since. But you paved the way, and they've never forgotten you. So don't underestimate all the importance you have in the Algerian heart. But His Excellency the Ambassador was absolutely right. Algeria is on the move.
To the Algerian British Business Council.
Just want to correct, I'm just the vice chairman, but just to be very clear, I just realized that I'm standing between the event and yourself and the social gathering. No, I was really enjoying Baroness Simons' economic presentation until she stopped it. There is not much I want to say beyond this. In the last gathering and the last discussion that we had at the Algerian British Business Council, we realized that most of our effort was to attract investment in Algeria. It is remained the same, but all the barriers that existed before that we discussed have been removed. So if anybody wants to invest in Algeria, I mean, it's a free market, you can just move in. There is virtually no restriction. And recently the government has put a new regulations that allows even foreign debt for project of national importance to be provided as well. So therefore, keep in mind that all the subsidies and all the advantages that existed before have remained. I believe that the framework of investment in Algeria is, if not among the best in Africa and the Arab world. And you should not miss on this opportunity. But more importantly, there is, we can witness in Algeria, as it was expressed before, quite substantial development, more specifically in the sphere of export. And you will be surprised of the quality of the Algerian products that are being exported. I mean, some of them have been banned by the European Union because they are competing against Nutella. But you should try for Jan the Algerian Nutella, which is actually much better than the Italian product of lower quality. And so I would say that for members of the diaspora that are present here in the UK, but as well as British investor importers, I mean, I'll look forward to see Algerian products on the shelves of British supermarkets. I mean, we see products from all over the world. And when you taste an Algerian Thompson orange, you realize that you have never eaten an orange before. Yes? And I'm not joking, and you should definitely try to look at it. In the last event, we were talking about the transformation of the world. I would say that everything that we see right now, Algeria is a net beneficiary of what is happening. Yes, we have a step very close to the West and inside Europe. We are a member now, a partner nation of BRICS. And so we're sitting in between. Remember, we are the largest country of the Mediterranean, the largest country of the Arab world, and the largest country of the Mediterranean. We're growing at nearly 5%. The GDP is understated because, as you know, there is still a lot of businesses in Algeria that are not yet recorded. But if we did the same exercise as Nigeria, and therefore encompass, with our family friend, which is France, Algeria is 21% of French exports in Africa and 28% of French export in MENA, Middle East, North Africa.
For those that don't know me, I'm John Humphrey. I'm His Majesty's Trade Commissioner for Africa. I'm based down in Johannesburg, but I'm responsible for trade and investment between the UK and Africa across the continent. And it's a real pleasure to be here this evening and to address you all. I had the pleasure of visiting Algeria just about a year ago and speaking to both businesses and to government, and also looking at things like the bilateral trade task force, and also of course the upcoming strategic dialogue. And my deputy, Ben Ainsley, was also in Algeria just over a month ago, or just about a month ago. And during his visit, he met our current ambassador, Sharon Wardle, and also my trade team on the ground. And I just want to say a little bit about that because people may not realise that. DBT has a very extensive network across the continent whose role is to support business and make business successful. So if you're interested in exporting or you're interested in investing, then we have teams on the ground who understand the local market, but we also have specialists as well who understand, particular sectors, whether that's renewable energy, whether that's healthcare, whether that's education, and they can provide a lot of support for businesses. And we really do four main things, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this because it may be very relevant to people that are here in the room. So we do traditional trade and investment promotion, so that's sort of trade missions, exhibitions and those sorts of things, and supporting businesses to get out there and to promote themselves. But we also work on trade policy as well, and we work on market access barriers and regulation, the things that, if you like, create the framework for doing business and ease doing business. We support major deals, so when there are large deals, typically things like aerospace deals and those sorts of things. And we also provide support for businesses subsequently as well, so that once they're actually in the marketplace, there's a chance for them to be successful and to continue to be successful. I'm not a career civil servant, I'm not a career diplomat, I come from a business background. Most of the people who work in my team, certainly for DBT, also have commercial backgrounds. They've done business in the marketplaces, they understand how they work, and they understand from a business perspective what it is that you're trying to achieve. So I'm very delighted to be here. It's great to see so many people. And I think all of these gatherings are about creating those sort of positive connections. And actually that's what makes business happen. It's getting out, it's meeting people, it's connecting. And so I'm delighted to be here. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And please, if anybody would like to engage with me or my team, please just seek me out during the course of this evening.